Okay, so what do I want to do next? There's this function which makes it lighter and something. There's so much. Could it be? And I have to go with all processes. Um, hmm. This is View into Space. I'm Sasha from Switzerland, so grüezi miteinander, and thanks for watching my channel. Well, we all know user experience is the weak point of PixInsight. And in the same way, I'm absolutely fascinated and dedicated of the capabilities of PixInsight. I'm appalled by the user interface. And probably the worst part about this is this concept of processes and script and the way it's all mingled together in this huge menu. So what to do? Well, in every other software, what the software experts would tell you, shortcuts. Shortcuts, you need to use shortcuts. Now there's two problems with it. On one side, I have a brain which cannot even store my own phone number, so shortcuts, I have forgotten them about a minute after I read them. But the much bigger problem is that for most functions in PixInsight, there are no shortcuts, especially the processes. And ironically, I found a forum post of 2013, so 10 years ago, where people actually asked if shortcuts could be made for individual processes, and this was supported by a lot of users. And, well, we have no SPCC, right? But no shortcuts. And just as a last fun fact before we start, I actually reached out to PixInsight twice for this video, and they did not even reply. So, what I want to say with all of that, to hope that PixInsight would ever on their side get more user-friendly, or that they would really put a serious effort in creating a decent UX, is just pure utopia. So we have to take matter in our own hands if we want a decent user experience. And the solution came by coincidence. I was actually browsing through Facebook, and in between some cat pictures and some memes, I found an ad of a company called Loupedeck. And what they do is they create devices for content creators. So mostly video editors, photo editors, audio producers. And given I recently cut a lot of videos for YouTube, I was interested and I browsed through the product line. And suddenly it struck me. What if I would use such a device for PixInsight? It was initially just a thought and I had no clue if it would be good or not. But I reached out to Loupedeck. They were excited about the idea and they were so kind and sent me a device for free. And I would thank them at this point very much for this generous gesture. But I also have to make clear, I did not sign any contract and I can say here whatever I want. And to be quite honest, if it would not have worked out, I would have simply not done this video. So, but did it work out? It worked out better than I could have ever imagined. This is this little gadget. And it makes all the difference in the world how I use PixInsight since I have it. I will just show it now to you. And I can tell you already now, when you see how easy it is to use PixInsight with this tool, you will be excited as I am. So let's plug it in, let's go to PixInsight and let's start playing. So, welcome on my computer. Before we go into PixInsight, I want to show you here in the Loupedeck editor how the profile looks like. So I created here a homepage, and from this homepage you can go into pre-processing, into linear, and into non-linear processes. Below that you can save, you can undo, you have here the arrow and the tab, and then you have here some great stuff. The auto screen transfer function on and off. You can here zoom on a one-on-one level and back. You can open a new preview or edit the preview. You can invert the mask or make the mask invisible. You can toggle between two pictures. You can change between readout and pan. And you can switch between the 4 workspaces there are. But now let's go into PixInsight. So I just restarted it completely new. So I press open and here it goes up. So I'll select one. Okay, and here we have our picture. If I want, I can just have a short overview how the channels look like. I can look at the red channel, at the green channel, and at the blue channel, and I can go back to RGB. If I want to check if the picture is already stretched or not, function and 8 will actually deactivate this auto screen transfer. If I press 8 again, it will activate it again. If I want to do some pixel peeping, I press function 7 and I'm automatically in a one-on-one level. I can look around, and when I've seen everything, I just press 7 again and I'm again on the perfect fit zoom. So now I want to start do something, so I go to pre-process and I have here everything that I could need actually. I have blink, I have the subframe selector. If I want, I can extract the loom picture. Here it is. Let's stretch it and here we go. I have here also direct access to the WBPP. I can do some separate integration. Registration. If I need to do a linear fit, statistics I have direct access, for example statistics, and here is the statistic process. If I want, I can invert the picture. Obviously I have to press the screen transfer function again, and I can invert him back. Screen transfer function again, and here we go. If I want to get rid of this greenish stuff, I want to do an unlinked stretch, I go here to the screen transfer function process, unlink it, and here we go. Looks like I'm ready for the linear processing. So I go home again and I go linear. And here I have all my linear processes. So I want to do a crop. Here is my dynamic crop. So we have it cropped. Then I want to do a background extraction. I can go ABE or DBE. I look at the background model, discard it. And let's also just stretch it again. Okay, fine. It's not about the quality, right? It's just a demo. So don't look at what I'm doing. It's just I want to browse through that. If it would be mono and I would have to do an RGB combination, that would be here. If I still have to do an image solver, I go here and the script opens. So this works with script and processes. So I will do that. Then we obviously go into SPCC. And by the way, there's nothing cut. This goes really that fast. I press the button and here I have my processes on the touch. I have here also PSF for the blur exterminator. I have the SCNR. Then I have here blur exterminator, noise exterminator, and star exterminator. Also, just press and they're open. Obviously, you need to buy them. If you don't have them, nothing will happen here. And the same with the clone stamp. Here it is. So once I'm actually happy, I go back, I go into nonlinear part. And here I have now two stretching options, GHS and the arc sign. And here we are. We also obviously have here the curve transformation and so on. I think you get the gist. But now I want to show you something really, really cool. This is Pixel Math. I have it as a separate menu. So I open Pixel Math and let's assume we want to do star integration. I just click here in the empty field and I click on this icon and it automatically fills in the formula. And you see how much room there still is? For other Pixel Math formula, you can enter here whatever you have for Pixel Math formula. You never have to copy paste them anymore. You never have to remember them anymore. You just click the icon and you have the formula pasted in there. And actually I want to show you another place where I made this happen. Here, subframe selector. Same story. We open the subframe selector. I go now in approve. I click the other icon and I have all my approved criteria right in here. Nothing to copy paste anymore. One button and I have what I want. And obviously the cool thing that Adam Block always does with toggle from one picture to another, you can also do that here. with the push of a button. And there's also things I never used before. For example, now we are in the readout mode. So when we click the left mouse button, we just see we see detailed what's below and the coordinates. But if we're actually zooming in and we want to pan around, I have integrated that now here. So now we are in pan mode. So now when I click the left mouse button, I can pan around, and then easy again, I can switch and I can actually do some more readout, all with the touch of a button. If I want to create a preview here, I also just have to press a button and I do my preview and it's done. And at the end, obviously, I simply have to press save and it's saved. So, what do you think? I hope I was able to bring over how cool it is. But now let's go a little bit down again on a factual level, and I will tell you a few more things that you need to know. First of all, what you have seen is at the moment only working on a Mac. That doesn't mean the device is not compatible with a PC, but given I have a Mac, the whole profile that I now developed is for a Mac. Now, if I feel that based on your comment, it's not only me who likes this that much, but that you want to buy it on a PC side, then I promise you I will also create the same profile for Windows. You can download the Mac profile already down in the description. I have a link there, and it will also be available right through the Loupedeck marketplace. If you want a manual, if you want more tips and tricks, if you want to have extended profiles aligned with my workflows, then you will find all of that and more on my Patreon page. But now there's one last point which we have not talked about. The Loupedeck CT obviously does not come for free. It costs $500. If you already spend a 5-digit sum on your equipment, probably $500 more or less does not really make a big difference. And it really speeds up your processing time. And processing is about 50% or even more what you're actually investing your time with when you're doing astrophotography. And there's something else which you should consider. If you do not exclusively astrophotography, but you also process your holiday videos in Final Cut, or you do some Photoshop, for all of these things, the Loupedeck has also dedicated profiles. And in principle, for each and every application that you have, you can actually create a different profile. And the Loupedeck CT automatically switches the profile when you're switching the application. So that's really cool. So I'm interested now what you're thinking. Am I just too much in love with gadgets and this whole idea is insane? Or are you already on the order page of Loupedeck and you're absolutely amazed by it? Please leave it in the comments below. See you next time, and clear skies.